start off by saying that I do not cry easily when watching movies. No, not even the opening to Up could bring me to shed a tear. However, Room, the new drama starring Brie Larson, led me to believe that someone must have been cutting a hell of a lot of onions in the theater. Just give me a moment. Okay, Room, not the Tell Me Wiseau film. Adapted from the novel of the same name by Emma Donoghue, who also wrote the screenplay, this film tells the story of Ma, or Joy Newsom, played by Brie Larson, and Jack, her 5-year-old son, played by Jacob Tremblay. Joy has been trapped for 7 years in a shed by a disturbed man known as Old Nick. Shut out from the world, she has to cope with her solitude any way she can, with Old Nick arriving every week to rape her. It's dark stuff, but the only light Joy has is her son born from Nick, Jack. Jack spent his life in the shed that Joy calls Room. To Jack, Room is the whole entire world and nothing exists beyond it. There's a television that has limited programming, but he's taught that none of it exists, and the only things that are real are the various appliances in Room, along with his Ma and Old Nick. The first half of the film takes place entirely in Room, and it's here that we discover every nuance of our main characters. Brie Larson, known for her roles in 21 Jump Street and the phenomenal short term 12, absolutely shines as Joy. Here's a woman who was kidnapped at 17 and has had her childhood quite literally stolen from her. The great despair and longing to escape is shown in every part of her performance, physically and emotionally. Joy's in a truly awful, extraordinary position, yet through all of the pain, her deep love for her son Jack shines through. There's absolutely no question that she is a mother who would do anything to protect her child. Perhaps the biggest revelation is Jacob Tremblay as Jack. His innocence and strong will is stunningly realized on screen, with the young actor running through a whole spectrum of emotions that a child would experience in such a harrowing situation without becoming annoying to the audience. These are easily two of the best performances you will see in theaters this year. Without telling you too much, the second half of the film involves what happens when Joy and Jack find themselves out of Room and back into the real world. Even in completely different circumstances, the film never stops being a tale of survival as mother and son re-emerge into the world, having to move on from the horrors of their previous captivity. It's here we meet Joy's family, with special mention of Joan Allen as Joy's mother, Nancy giving an understated yet strong performance. I have to give serious credit to author and screenwriter Emma Donoghue. While I have not read the source material, she has written a beautiful story of love and survival in extraordinary circumstances that left me emotionally exhausted, but with a great sense of reward in seeing the journey Joy and Jack make on screen. The performances, along with fantastic direction from Lenny Abrahamson, all come together to create what I think is one of the most awe-inspiring films I've seen this year. I give Room 5 out of 5 stars. You know what? I'm calling it. Room is my best film of the year, with some of the best performances I've seen on screen. With a powerful story to boot, this movie is truly a triumphant sight to behold. I'm not kidding. For the written review for this film, Spectre, and more, check us out at sneakpeektv.tumblr.com. Let's send it back to Courtney and Rena before I get choked up with emotion again. Guys?